This is the WHTC Morning News with Gary Stevens on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
Welcome back to the WHTC Morning News for this Friday, April the 1st. Friday mornings, we travel Michigan with Dave Lorenz of Pure, Michigan, talking about not only activities going on in the area, but also about travel and tourism. David, good morning. Hope all is well.
All is well. I'm in Detroit this morning, where earlier this week it was announced by the NFL that Detroit is going to be hosting the 2024 NFL Draft. This is huge news, not just for Detroit, but for the entire state. You know, Detroit probably has around 50,000 hotel rooms in the Detroit area. If you look at the city and basically the 3-county region where most people would stay when they come to a big event in Detroit. This event usually brings 150 to 250,000 people. So they will stay in Windsor, they'll stay in Northern Ohio, and they'll stay basically all throughout Southern Michigan. So this is a big deal.
Yes. And one thing that I was a little disappointed about was the fact that Lions officials are saying it doesn't look like we're going to get another Super Bowl for Ford Field. And so this is like the next best thing.
Well, you know, there's a way for the Lions to get to the Super Bowl if they would just work on it a little bit. So that would be a nice thing. Well, you know, I will tell you this. They are they're not giving up on their hopes to host a Super Bowl. Let's put it that way.
Okay, but you know, again, maybe they're being realistic, but we'll see what goes along. April Fool's Day, April Fool's weekend. I know. I'm not a big fan of it because you know, there are those, and I've mentioned this before, David, where you can take it two ways. You get victim of an April Fool's joke. You can seek retaliation, or you just say, forget about it, and I'm not gonna play the game.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either. But I will tell you, when it's done right, I really love it. The Traverse City Convention Visitors Bureau, a few years back, they put together a little video. And if you search on YouTube, search whale watching in Traverse City, you're going to find this, I think, brilliantly produced little video that they did. One of their staff, I think he's called, Captain Mike or something. He's got a little captain's hat on, and he talks about, people are always looking for whales in the Traverse City area, and it goes on and on and on and on. It's pretty funny, and I will tell you, we do get the occasional question: is there whale watching in Michigan? Are there sharks? Things like that, because people simply don't know.
The only whales and sharks are actually playing hockey for teams in the Michigan area that take the name of NHL teams. We have snow on the ground as we speak today in Holland, and there's still a dusting of snow in certain areas. What usually is the rule of thumb for winter ski resorts, especially, before they say we're not going to try to make any more snow, and we'll worry about it again come, say, November?
Yeah, for Lower Peninsula, most of the ski resorts wrap up operations basically at the end of March. But it really does depend on how conditions are, because they want to stretch that out as much as possible. I remember one year when they were golfing and skiing at the same time at Boyne and Crystal Mountain. And, so that could happen occasionally. Up in the UP at Mount Bohemia, they'll be skiing in Mount Bohemia through pretty deep into April. And that's not unusual either. And that's not man-made snow. That is all natural snow. For people who really know how to ski, head up to that Lance area at the Keweenaw Peninsula, where you'll find the most snow that drops anywhere in the country. So they have plenty of snow, and they'll be skiing for quite a while.
I know this is going to be a question out of left field, David, But obviously, Michigan does well when the deer hunting season goes on, the firearm deer hunting season in November, particularly. But there's hunting seasons also in the spring. Is that just a drop in the bucket compared to when they go try to shoot Bambi and his mom?
Yeah. Deer hunting season is a really big part of the hunting season. But, hunting and fishing, different seasons all year long, to your point. And you can get licenses online now, easier than you could in the past before COVID. That's kind of one of those, kind of good things that came out of COVID, is that there are a lot of these kind of automated or touch-free access opportunities for things like hunting licenses and fishing licenses and such. Of course, you can still pick them up at Meijer and, other places as you go along. Hey, Gary, I didn't want to forget to point out some really good news came yesterday from Homeland Security. They released an additional 35,000 H-2B visas. We've been advocating for this. In fact, I'll be in Washington next week talking to our congressional delegation about issues like this. We've been asking for this because we simply can't get enough U.S. workers for our seasonal jobs. So H-2Bs, these are the visas that are used to bring a lot of people to help at places like Mackinac Island. You see a lot of international workers. In addition to the J-1 visas that are mostly student visas, and then that allows international students to stay through the summer and work as well. So that's going to help, but we still have almost 2 million jobs just in the tourism sector. I
have a funny feeling the broadband width is starting to go away with Dave here. So what we will do is
including those workers.
Okay, but indeed, it's a good thing, David, that these H-2B visas are starting to be affected and get more people in to help ease, well, let's put it this way, the employment pinch that is going on now. The double whammy, first with, not being able to operate, and then able to operate, but you don't have enough workers. So the hospitality industry is really, they're getting the more than just the old 1-2 of Will Smith.
Absolutely true. Well, and you look, especially restaurants, we've lost a couple thousand restaurants during COVID. So that's one of the reasons you're standing in line when you go to your favorite restaurant. But the other one is they don't have all of their workforce in, so things are a little bit slower. So things are going to improve. And I think by about May, according to my little internal calculations, things will be better. So before you know it, people will be traveling. Book now, get your hotel rooms now. I'm just saying, you're going to want to get your plans put together.
He is Dave Lorenz of Pure Michigan, talking about things going on in the travel and tourism industry in our state. Your trip begins at Michigan.org, and like Pure Michigan on Facebook and Twitter, and you'll be up to date with what is going on in the travel and tourism industry in our state. Dave, enjoy your stay in the Motor City, and if all goes well, let's do this again next week.
Sounds good. See you.
Thank you very much, Dave Lorenz on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.